piece on organic cotton and natural dye.
Did you check for brand placement? Kate doesn't want to run free ads.
Yeah, I put all the brand names in bold caps.
What are you looking at?
Johnny moved into Jax's penthouse. He can see us from here.
Are you sure he can see us?
Yeah, as long as the lights are on. We did some serious spying last night.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we watched the janitor clean up. It was really exciting.
Well, how cool for you, Lulu. Now you'll be able to spy on Johnny, like, 24/7.
Yeah, I don't need to police Johnny. I know he's committed to me, which is why you should give up throwing yourself at him.
Just being friendly.
No, you're being desperate, either to mess with me or to get Johnny's attention, but either way, it's not gonna work. That's what I'd like to hear.
Excuse me, I'd like a word.
I'm busy.
Well, I'll try to keep it brief.
Yet another reason I didn't want Miss Howard or her magazine in my hotel. I guess we'll talk about this later.
What is it?
Well, I would like to talk about what you did to Sonny last night. It was wrong, Carly. It was cruel.
Poor Sonny. His ex-wife is so insensitive. Thank God he has wonderful you to protect him.
Look, Carly, I appreciate that this is a very difficult time for you. I can only imagine what it would be like to have a son in a coma. Okay?
Don't talk about Michael. You don't know what I'm feeling, and you have no idea how much effort it's taking not to rip your stupid hair out of
Okay,
your
I
head.
get it, Carly. I get it. You don't like me. But do you really think that it's fair, that it's right for you to torment Sonny just to make yourself feel better? To blame him for Michael? To force him to give up his sons? And then to continue to rail on him? Look, if you need some grief therapy, you should go get it. You should go to Jason. You should go to Jax. Just leave Sonny the hell alone.
Oh, that's what this is about. You feel threatened by me. You think I'm going to take Sonny away from you. I gotta tell you, that's exactly what you deserve.
Who says I'm leaving?
Oh, no. No, don't misunderstand me. I think everyone would prefer to have you in charge. Sonny can be very difficult. Unfortunately, the organization is his life, and I just don't think he'll be able to stay away much longer. Last night, I dropped off to Sonny the final executed documents for the renunciation of parental custody. He got very upset, tore up the papers, tossed them into the trash can. I suppose it was too much to expect that he would simply pop them into the nearest filing cabinet. They do, after all, sever all ties with his sons. But it's clear that Sonny is having second thoughts.
Can you blame him?
I tried to tell him that things were running very smoothly, and that's not what he wanted to hear. Sonny is addicted to the power, the mystique of being a mob kingpin, the criminal in charge. And I just don't think he's going to be able to stay away.
Black coffee, orange soda on the side.
Oh, the terrorist lover.
I suggest you pay for your beverage and depart.
You took me by surprise last night.
Yeah, a proverbial sucker punch, and particularly apt.
Are you trying to insult me?
There's a question to ponder.
You hang out with terrorists, you better get ready for people to get angry. Tell me, do you,
I don't know who you are, sir, but you've just made a grievous error in judgment.
Robin? Please do not tell Patrick that I'm crying. He'll flip out and overcompensate, and anyway, I'm being ridiculous.
No, not at all. That guy was creepy.
I mean, I know better than anyone. I'm a doctor. I know that Stacy didn't die because of HIV. She bled out because she had an abrupted placenta. And I also know that HIV doesn't really cause any problems when you're pregnant as long as you take care of yourself. But then I also think about Stacy and everything that she wanted to give her child and everything that that little girl is gonna miss, you know, and it just makes me feel really selfish.
Why does he want to be a mom? You know that every pregnancy involves risks.
But HIV is a chronic and potentially life-threatening disease. You know, I could develop complications at any time.
Don't even talk like that.
What if I die of AIDS? Or what if I die of something else? And my child's alone. I don't want that to happen.
Mr. Spinelli is a valued employee. And my client, Mr. Morgan, has a responsibility to protect his employees and maintain his property. Now, you are posing an active threat to an unarmed victim, namely Mr. Spinelli. So, deadly force would be justified and would, in fact, be defensible in a court of law.
Okay, look, I can explain.
Mr. Spinelli, do you still feel that your person and life are at risk?
Most certainly. This hostile and unpleasant, not to mention ignorant individual poses a most threatening mien.
Okay, listen, I'm sorry, okay? Just don't let them kill me.
Apologize for insulting the fair lady I was with last night.
I apologize.
Say you were wrong.
I was wrong. Completely.
Give me all your money.
Fine. Here, take it, all right? Take it all.
Donate all of this to the Red Cross, which gladly helps all people in need, regardless of race or creed.
Consider it done. And we will just be taking all of your information so that the Red Cross may give you a receipt.
You don't have to do that.
And, of course, we will be keeping a copy for our records. Very well. You can go now.
Most grateful thanks.
Mr. Grasshopper, that was my pleasure.
Okay, why was that guy pounding you?
Well, the Jackal escorted the lovely nurse Layla Meir to a celebration at the Metro Court last night where she was the target of a racial slur by that bigoted Neanderthal. And as her date and a fair-thinking member of the human race, the Jackal was compelled to defend her and felled the odious beast with a single punch.
You hit him?
I knocked him out.
No chance. Unless, of course, he was too drunk to duck, then maybe, and you had to hit him at just the right angle. But, Spinelli, you got to be more careful than that, for real.
Yeah, Milo's right, Spinelli. You don't go around starting fights. I mean, it's not as if you can defend yourself.
The Jackal has made it a concerted effort to man up, and I think I'm clearly making progress.
No, listen. Defending your date, it's a great thing to do, okay? But you need to be careful. If something like that happens, I want you to call me again. I don't want you to get hurt.
I'm not threatened by you.
You should be, because you don't compare on any level. Sonny and I will always be connected, and you're just a bloodless trophy.
Great. Well, I can see we're not going to get anywhere. So if you could please, leave Sonny alone.
You know what I think scares you the most? That this thing that Sonny and I have, that we've always had, we felt it long before you ever came along. Sonny has hated me and loved me, sometimes both at the same time.
But he's getting on with his life.
You'll never make Sonny as happy as I did. You will never make him as miserable as I did. Hell, you can't even make him as angry as I make him right now. Because you and Sonny, you don't share anything that's lasting or deep.
He's outgrown you, Carly.
No, he hasn't. Or I wouldn't make you so insecure.
Maybe you should be insecure. You're married to a wonderful husband who deserves better than you.
My marriage to Jax has nothing to do with this. You will never be enough for Sonny.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Everyone can see how weak and clingy you are. How deluded you are by thinking that Sonny's gonna morph into the kind of man that you need.
It's very simple, Carly. I believe in Sonny, and I believe he's changing his life.
Sonny doesn't change. He's selfish to the bone. And sooner or later, I'm betting sooner, he's gonna see that you're not the angel that's gonna heal all of his wounds. You're not the Madonna in the designer dress. See, you're a pathetic workaholic who will never satisfy him. In bed or anywhere else.
Wow. You really consider yourself quite the expert, don't you? But for all your bravado, you don't know Sonny at all.
Want to bet?
Tracy may not believe it, but my dad loves her, and if he isn't calling her about money, then there's a problem.
All right. Well, are you sure he's not just off on some bar crawl?
Not if he's sending me messages in code through you, all right? That means he doesn't want